Hello YouTube, this is Loyal to Law once again, and this time, this video, we're going to talk about some arm warm-ups that we could do before we could actually work out. So if you haven't heard or if you haven't read about it yet, that doing warm-ups first before working out is actually the best way for you to lessen your injury and to actually warm your muscles up and keep your blood flowing so that your body would be ready in doing whatever workout that you're going to do. And in this case, we're going to actually warm up our arms. So from the shoulder all the way to your fingers. And the reason being is you're doing a lot of things with your arms. Whether if you plan to actually work out with the chest, so you actually do push-ups or you do bench presses, or if you're actually going to do bicep curls or tricep extensions and whatnot. Or in this case, you just want to warm up your arms because you're going to do a lot of things, like doing yard work, for example, gardening, or even carrying groceries, or even doing pull-ups or pulling yourself up if you're doing some mountain climbing or rock climbing or similar to that. So warming your arms because you're using them every day would actually help you in doing those tasks a little better and almost injury-free because you've already readied your muscles there. And so you've seen a lot of YouTube videos where they show various exercises or warm-up exercises that you can do for the arms. So you're very familiar with this motion and the way around. You're familiar with doing the side and doing arm circles and whatnot. You're familiar with the shaking. You're even familiar with the jumping while you're shaking. So what I'm actually going to show you here that I hope you could actually utilize is a kind of a warm-up exercise routine that is very simple, that you can do, and it's very easy to actually remember because number one, it's a form of exercise, duh. And number two, it's because you can actually use them for martial arts applications. And since this is a martial arts channel, I'm actually showing you warm-up exercises that came from the martial arts background. So the martial arts that I'm actually talking about here is FMA, Filipino Martial Arts. And for those of you who are not familiar with Filipino martial arts, it's usually a martial art branch where we actually usually practice with the sticks. And as you progress and as you advance, you're going to practice using a stick and a knife, and where you would actually sometimes hear the term espada y daga, so that's where it came from. And then as you thoroughly advance, you're actually going to use knives, so from sticks to knives. FMA, so if you're going to do the motion, first we're going to do what we all commonly have already heard, if not watched from the movie Karate Kid. So wax on, wax off. Okay? And FMA also has this kind of application or exercise. But instead of having only your one hand doing the job of wax on or wax off, you're actually doing them with both hands. So first, if you're actually watching this right now, you can actually follow it with me. We do wax on, so inside, so outside going in, and then wax off. Simple. Just remember to relax your arms, have a slight bend on your elbow. So as I do it to the side view here, side bend, like so. Do this up until you're really comfortable doing it. You'll actually feel that your shoulders are actually warming up, as well as your elbows and then your wrists. Even though you're not moving them and they're staying, albeit in place, because you're actually not wimpy with your wrists, you're actually warming those muscles up. Now, this is where the real movement of FMA comes in. So instead of doing this motion that you're actually seeing here, you do the alternate, like so. Okay, imagine that you're actually waxing off the windshield of your car or the body of your car with two cloths on your hand, but instead of doing it at the same time, you're doing it alternatively. So left hand goes inside, right hand goes inside, like so. And then you can do the reverse. So instead of doing the inside as you're seeing right now, you're now going to the outside. Now if you can't do this kind of thing on the outside, imagine the move that Neo did for the Matrix. So it's going to be like so. But instead of just doing this with your body, you're just doing it in front. So like this. Now after doing that, the second part of doing this FMA warm-up routine or warm-up exercise will be doing the ever so famous Heaven 6. Now the reason why it's called Heaven 6 is because you're actually hitting with your stick, and in this case we're just using our arms since we don't have sticks, with 6 strikes. Now as you've watched already from a lot of YouTube videos about Filipino martial arts, Kali or Eskrima, the Heaven 6 position would be like this, over and under. So if you're a left-hander, you start with your left. So since I'm a right-hander, I'm starting with my right. Now we don't have sticks, so we're using arms. So what you're just going to do is to extend your right arm, which is actually on the top, in front. Side view, remember that it's relaxed. I'm not stiff. I'm not trying to hit something. I'm just extending my arm. And I'm remembering that this is a warm-up exercise. Okay? And then I put my right hand on my other shoulder, which is my left. So it's like I'm embracing someone or embracing something. And then I extend my left arm, which is underneath, like so. This is strike number 2. Now strike number 3, you pull back your arm in a 90-degree angle, and as you do so, you actually also extend your right arm in front again. And then you park it underneath. So that's 3 counts. So once again, as I do it from my right side, I'll count 1 to 3. 1, embrace. 2, 90 degrees. 3, park. And we're going to do it also on the left side. So it's 1, embrace. 2, 90 degrees. 3, park. So 1, 2, 3, park. 1, 2, 3, park. So that's the Heaven 6. Eventually, once you're actually comfortable in doing it, you're actually going to smoothen it out, so it's not going to be robotic as you've seen, like what I did. It's actually going to be like this. Like so. Now the third portion of this warm-up exercise routine for the arms, we're actually just doing this motion. Like so. So what you're actually doing here is you're piercing your, in this case my right hand, in front. And as I pierce my right hand, I go over, or should I say in front, my right hand with my left arm. And then I imagine like I'm wearing a cape, or I'm like wearing a jacket, like so. See, so whenever you're actually wanting to go outside and then it's cold or it's raining, you actually bring out your jacket, and then sometimes you just don't do the normal wear stuff. You actually want to just do it this around by wearing a jacket. So that's the motion. So that's what you're just doing with your arm. Well, with your arms rather. Like so. And you're going to do this for as many times as you need it on one side. And then do it also on the next. Like so. Okay, now that we've completed all those 3, now it's time for us to combine. So you can actually do this warm-up routine any way you want. You can actually follow them from how I showed it to you, so from step 1, step 2, and step 3. Or you can actually mix and match them and then do whatever kind of warm-up routine or warm-up exercise that you can actually incorporate with it. So that includes the arm circles going in, arm circles going out, and then the shaking and whatnot that I showed you a while ago. So by combining those, it's actually going to look something like this. So I do this motion first, reverse, then I do the heaven 6, then I do this, I wear my jacket, go to step 1, I wear my jacket alternatively, heaven 6, back to step 1, then I do the arm circles, outside and then going in, heaven 6 again, wear the jacket, waxing, jacket, heaven 6, and then I shake off my arms. So that's the warm routine that you can do using your arms, and just remember that this is a warm-up routine. It is not entirely a workout, although you can actually be winded when doing so, but it's okay. Since, especially if you're just starting, or especially if this is entirely new to you, it's normal for you to actually get winded on new exercises or new warm-up routines. Excuse me. And so you have to actually take it easy first. So if you can't do it with the same speed that I showed you in this video, do them in a very, very slow pace, like in a Tai Chi-like fashion. So if you're not familiar with the heaven 6 yet, do it really, really robotic so that you can actually remember the motions, like so. And if you're not familiar with the waxing on and off yet, you do it with big circles first, going on 2 directions. So don't forget that you're also doing the inside and the outside, and eventually you're going to do them alternatively, like so. And then wear the jacket part. Obviously you've actually done this a lot of times since when you were a kid already. You can do them on the same side, or alternatively just what I showed a while ago. And after you've completed that, do your normal workout routine, or do your normal working routine, or normal physical activities that you've been doing. And I hope that this warm-up exercise for your arms would actually help you, especially in lessening your injuries with your elbows, your shoulders, your wrists, and your hands. Yes, you have a lot of bones in your hands and a lot of joints. So if you don't take care of your hands, and if there's not enough blood flowing through them, most likely you're actually going to injure your hands. And just want to say that having busted hands is really, really a huge pain. And if you have busted hands, you really want to do a lot of things that really require your hands. And doing so, and you can't use them, is going to be a huge bummer. So yeah. And the martial arts application on that, there's a lot of YouTube videos that explains all of those. So this one, just for a quick follow through. The wax on, wax off. Imagine that this is a block of some sort. So punches comes in or kick comes in, you block here. Something comes from on the top, you block there. Heaven 6, obviously it's a strike. It can also be a block or a parry. The jacket thing, it can actually be used as a parry or a strike as well. So even though they're just being used for warm-up exercises, they have a lot of martial arts applications. So even though you're just doing them and exercising or in doing your warm-ups, when it comes to actually practicing them for a very steady period of time, your body will remember on how to do them. Believe me, especially when it comes to on reaction. You'll be surprised how good your body remembers and well, when it comes especially to certain movements, especially when you're doing them subconsciously, your body remembers them as if you've just done them yesterday. So thank you so much, and hope that this video has helped you even in the smallest way possible. God bless you all. Always train safe and take care.